Hi, this is Mark Sobowitz live on a Clarion Voice along with Mike Donaldson. Thank you for being with us. Good morning. It's Tuesday, October 4th, and we're live from the Hub Studios here in Atascadero. And today we are honored to have as our guest Kenny Franklin, who is a longtime friend of mine. And he is part of an organization called Mighty Oaks. And we're going to talk about that today concerning veterans. Kenny, thank you very much for being here with us. I look forward to hearing what you have to say about Mighty Oaks. Tell
Oh,
us a
thank
little
you.
bit about your background, how long you've been in the area, and family, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, good to be here. Pleasure. It's just an honor. Yeah, it's a born and raised here in Paso. So I'm yeah, fourth generation in the area. And yeah, the family moved here in, I say 86, it was 1886. So long history here. And known each other, what, 20, 25 years
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
Right. Couple kids. I have a son that's a senior at Tascadero High School. My daughter's in middle school, 7th grade, and my wife teaches over at San Gabriel. So, and
Okay.
we live up in Paso.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are a volunteer or part of the staff at an organization called Mighty Oaks, and that's in San Miguel,
Mhm.
and it is involved with a bigger organization serving USA.
Yeah.
Um, Tell us a little bit about what Mighty Oaks does and who you're looking to help.
Right. Right. So I'm just I have a support role up there in the kitchen. So we provide food service for the men and women that come through the program. Love what I do, and Mighty Oaks provides kind of the uh, textbook definition is non-clinical mental health services for active duty, veteran, and first responders. And we have both men's and women's programs. Um, it's a nationwide organization. We have multiple locations across the United States. So we're very fortunate and blessed that we have one right here locally. It's at Skyrose Ranch, which is located out of San Miguel. It's a working ranch. It's over 20,000 acres, but the uh, the facility that we use up there is dedicated specifically for this program.
Okay.
There's also two locations in Texas and one in Ohio and another one in Virginia.
Okay. If you're a veteran,
Mhm.
whatever station you're at, how do they come to find out about Mighty Oaks and how they can help them? Is there some, website or what have you that they can go through?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a website. If you look up Google, Mighty Oaks Foundation, Mighty Oaks Program, Mighty Oaks Warrior Program, yeah, you'll see it there. So, Mighty Oaks .org is the website there. There's an application. It's very simple. Name, just contact information, name, phone number. Um, all they need is a DD 214 or your service record with law enforcement, fire, and someone will get in touch with you regarding getting into a program. They'll
Okay.
do kind of an assessment of if you're in need of um, help right away, like a high risk type situation. If you're just feeling like you need some immediate help, we'll get you placed into the next available session, wherever that may be. It's absolutely free to the participants. They even arrange travel. So all you have to do is get from your home to the airport and from the airport back to your house. We take care of everything else.
Okay.
So it's all donor sponsored. There's no government funding of any sort. It's just a grateful nation and just a huge base of donors that make it all possible for the veterans and make what I do possible up there.
So, what does the program offer, to the people that are able to come?
Yeah, so we see people that come for a variety of reasons. There are veterans who have transitioned out of military service, either planned or unplanned, a medical retirement or just a retirement um, for their service. And you have your MOS. It's kind of your identity and your purpose. And if you lose that quickly or even planned, um, people can feel just lost, lose a sense of purpose, and they just don't understand it. Trying to adjust to civilian life, it's much different, and civilians don't really understand the military um, life and the lifestyle, the sense of brotherhood and sisterhood they have in the service. And so, um, Mighty Oaks is a peer-to-peer based uh, program. So the team leaders, the people that are actually working with you, counseling with you, have been in those same seats just a short time or a long time before you, and so they understand that, and they can use that experience to reach back and help others that are in the same place where they were, just previous. So it's very effective in that it's peer to peer. But we also see people coming that maybe they're just struggling in a marriage, or you want to be better, just a better person, get better at what you do, or you just need a little break. I've seen people that say, I just need some rest. I just want some rest. I'm just tired. I'm tired of life. I'm tired of dealing with my family. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing as a father, a husband, or just as a person. And so you come out there and there's just something healing about that place at the ranch where there's just nothing except nature.
Hmm.
And you can just kind of step away from life and take a breath, and surrounded by people that care and just want to see you have victory over what it is that you're
So, the
needing.
program lasts a week
Yes.
overall.
Mhm. So what we call the men's legacy program, that we offer 3 programs up there throughout the year. Um, There are 16 sessions at the California location. Um, we have what's called the men's legacy program, which is predominantly active duty and veteran. We do have first responders mixed in there, as there's a need. There is a women's legacy program. So if you are active duty, a veteran, first responder, or a spouse of one of those,
Hmm.
you're eligible to come. It's just women's only. They have their own program, and then we have the first responder, which is just first responders. Um, the men's programs, men's legacy and first responder, the participants arrive on a Monday and stay through Friday. And the women's programs go from a Tuesday through a Saturday.
Okay.
Just works out better for the ladies.
After they have participated in the program,
Yeah.
does Mighty Orgs or the parent organization Serving USA, do they track the
Yes.
people that come there?
Yes.
As,
So there's a very good follow-up program. So after you've come through the program, hopefully, there's 14 classes that kind of break down areas of life you're kind of dealing with. How to be a better husband, a better father. Why men need to fight, our common enemy. Just all of these topical type things where you just go through the introduction, then you get into more detail and in a breakout session and make it personal, how it applies to you. After that, and you get some solid footing. There's a 6-month follow-up. So at each session, we have a director for the week, and we have a West Coast facilitator. Um, there's a local gentleman here, Jamie Warner, that handles that in California here. Great guy. And then there's team leaders. There's a ratio of about 3 or 4 to 1 for the breakout sessions. And then we have a mentor. So the mentor works their way through all the individuals and just talking with people just one-on-one, finding out where they're at and seeing how they can best help. The mentor will follow up for 6 months or longer if
Depending on the
yeah,
situation.
if somebody says, "Hey, you know what? This is good. I'd like to continue to, stay in touch." And so, yeah, they're happy to do that. There's also small groups that have formed up across the nation. We call them outposts. There's actually 2 outposts locally here in Atascadero. One meets over at Cornerstone, and another one at Atascadero Bible Church at ABC. Offered at different times, and there's a leader there, Saul Villanueva, that heads those up. So it's a place where men can get together, and these outposts in Atascadero are for the guys. There's one that is actually kind of in the forming stages for ladies as well. It's just to get together, check in, um, see how things are going, and just work through issues that we're all dealing with.
After the follow-up, and they're beginning the process of transitioning after they've gone through the program.
Mhm.
Can you measure the success rate of these individuals that have gone through the program? I mean, are they making it, so to speak?
Yeah, one thing you can look at is the suicide rate, suicide attempts after having gone through the program. Um, it's very low, um, maybe 1 or 2, and we've had over 4,000. I think we're closing in on 4,500 graduates over the last 10 years.
That's pretty good.
And
That's very good.
I can think of 1 or 2 people, unfortunately, that have taken their life, but it's because once they leave, there's kind of some guidelines that and we call it the 4 Bs. Be in the Word, be in fellowship, be in prayer, be in contact with your corner man. It's kind of a program originated around an MMA. It was called Fight Club, right? And so the concept of a corner man, somebody that you can go to and be held accountable and get advice and direction. We find people that get in trouble are people that uh, don't follow through with those 4 Bs. Right? And so they come through, they have a great experience, they get the tools that they need, but then they don't get that accountability.
Hmm.
And but we're happy to take them back through again. We've had people come through as many 4 or 5 times, but once they get that footing and they get those patterns established, they do very well, and it's great. I get a lot of text and feedback from people that are just so appreciative. And then for those that want to give back or pay forward, um, you can go through comprehensive leadership training. We call it phase 1 and phase 2. They get more education, more coursework, more experience, and once they're comfortable, leadership's comfortable, then they turn them loose with their own groups as team leaders. So that's really exciting. There's, I don't know, 40 or 50 guys and 15, 20 ladies that are team leaders.
Are there any plans in the future as far as expanding the programs that Mighty Oaks offers to veterans to address some of the issues that come up?
Yeah, So the need is there. I believe the last statistic I heard, we had 1,100 on our wait list to come through the program. People that were signed up, expressed an interest, and we need to come through. And so we're working our way through that. One thing about the program, you go, wow, this is great. We just need to rent an auditorium and have hundreds of people go through at a time. But uh, and during COVID, things were shut down. Operations were suspended. And they were trying to do Zoom conferencings and stuff to try to reach out to people that were just desperate need of help, and that was not very effective. Um, if you have too large of a group, you lose the intimacy. You
Hmm.
need that. You need that interaction because there's a dynamic there. There's things that are happening. You're developing that brotherhood and that sisterhood with your group that continues on beyond your session. It's kind of cool to watch. If it's too small, you just lose the energy.
From your perception, as far as being, involved in the program, what do you think is the biggest issue that veterans or active duty personnel face?
Yes, there's a probably the two most common that I see are people that have been diagnosed with PTSD. Prefer to call it PTS, post traumatic stress, um, and just issues with transitioning. So you're going from your MOS and all of this responsibility to civilian life with no um, purpose. You've lost your identity, and so it's really important for all of us not to have our identities tied up in our jobs, because if you lose your job, you lose your identity. So you find out that there's actually something you can put your identity in outside of your job that is always there for you. The other issue is post traumatic stress, and that's interesting. Um, you have trauma, stress, and a trigger, and then you have these behavioral outbursts, right? And so the combat stress, stress of work, that's where you get the stress from. The trigger can be any small thing. It could be your child walking away and yelling at him, don't walk away when I'm talking to you, or something your spouse says,
Hmm.
and people will go, yeah, that's me on the video tearing that bar apart, but I don't remember that. Something triggered them. The next recollection they have, their hands are around the throat of their spouse or their kids crying and bleeding or has a black eye, and you have no idea what just happened. Um, so clinically, post-traumatic stress, is kind of described as this reaction to conditions, natural this unnatural reaction to normal conditions. And Mighty Oaks, I realized it's actually kind of backwards. It's a natural reaction to unnatural
Hmm.
circumstances or conditions. Right? There's things we weren't designed to see and do. And when you do, your brain does things to protect itself. And so they get into, deeper. Part of it is just understanding what's going on. I don't understand what's going on. And so having people that have it share with you, what their experiences are, and you go, well, how can all these programs? We throw millions and billions of dollars into this, and we have the VA, and we have all these trained people, and they spend years working with this, and how can you go to a program like this and in 5 days have this transformation?
Hmm.
And it's kind of funny. It's like, well, actually, it's not 5 days. It's not one day. It's it's actually a moment in time where you have this awareness that you get from this location. You're removed from all these distractions. You're surrounded by these people that care about you, and you're getting truth. And suddenly you realize you got this decision that you can make, and it will change your life forever. And and it's really exciting to see that happen. I have a front row seat, so I can actually watch, you know, people just change in between breakfast and lunch, or lunch and dinner,
Hmm.
or that night they made a decision and the next morning you don't even recognize them. The stress is gone, the joy is there, the purpose is there, and it actually changes their appearance. And
That's very encouraging.
it's very cool.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's very encouraging. Where do you see the program and yourself a year from now?
Just a upward trajectory. Yeah. um, they try to add more and more sessions. It's a very intense week. Like I say, we have 16 sessions a year we run here. There's 35 slated for next year.
Oh, very good.
And so we have the largest um, facility here. Ohio's pretty large too, but we can accommodate 25 to 27 participants usually on a average
Okay.
program. And then you have the staff and director, facilitator, mentor, and then usually we'll have a phase one or phase two, one or two of those in there, and so yeah, they're just constantly expanding. We're actually building a headquarters right now down in Texas. Um, so uh, Mighty Oaks is interesting. We just launched an international
Oh,
version. We just had a team come back, another trip to the Ukraine. Um, had another had a team go in August. Just had another team get back. They've been active in Ukraine since 2014, since the Crimea Peninsula. Um, Same issues, just different part of the world,
okay.
and the answers are all the same. We've been active in Afghanistan, Peru. So there's a Mighty Oaks International. Um, Very cool to see. The founder, Chad, his son Hunter, is really involved in that. Um, so, yeah, good things happening.
So, if a veteran who's watching this, or a family member of a veteran,
Mhm.
um, they would get involved through applying through the website mightyoaks dot org.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
just Google up Mighty Oaks, and you'll see, apply today pop up there.
Okay.
Just put in a name, contact number, and you can click there. If you're a veteran, a military background, Luke Dodd will get a hold of you. Luke, great guy. If you're a first responder community, John Davis will reach out to you and make contact. And for the ladies out there, Heidi Anadella, she'll reach out to you and just get more information. It's a very easy process.
Okay.
Just find out where you're at in life, and get information, and get to work scheduling, and then making sure you got your flights and your itinerary, and you get a packet um, with once you get the confirmation. And it can be, if you're not high risk and you can wait maybe a few months, um, they'll work you in. If you're in just a really bad place in life and you need help, um, I've had people show up on Monday that made attempts on their life, the Friday the week before. Literally a couple days later, you're in the air, you're heading to get some help. And like I say, it's absolutely free.
Okay.
Cost is all covered.
If you were to say something to a veteran or someone, a family member of a veteran,
Right.
the camera opposite you, talk to somebody and tell them what's on your heart about Mighty Oaks.
Yeah, so I this comes up quite a bit actually, and I always find it curious. I have a heart for people. For I don't see people up there. I see them as souls, right? We're dealing with people's soul, and so um, if you need help, yeah, just reach out. Um, People are there. People that care. If you are a spouse, a family member, a friend, and you have somebody and you wonder, how can I help? What can I do? Like Kenny Joe Civilian, what can I do for a veteran? I'm not a veteran. I don't understand their program, so they're where they're at. But I've talked to many people on Friday after going through the program, and I asked them. I said, you were in this situation, you're surrounded by people. What could I have done to have helped you? And they say, really nothing other than telling me about this program. Once I checked into the program myself and I saw what it was about, this is the real deal. And veterans that check into the program realize instantly that they're surrounded by other veterans that really do care about them, and they have that they put their trust and their confidence, and we see just amazing things happen. So, and my job as doing the food is to eliminate that food variable, so you can just focus on the content for the week.
Okay.
So, if you have dietary issues, we get this a lot. If you have autoimmune stuff going on, if you have celiac, gluten free, lactose intolerant, food
Right.
allergies, there's a little space there to fill out too. And we make sure that you don't have any anxieties about that sort of thing. You can come and you're going to be well taken care of, the best of everything. And so you can just get the help that you need.
Kenny, thank you so much for being here with us. We really appreciate the information about Mighty Oaks. And again, if you want to apply to be a part of the program, or if you're a family member or friend that knows someone who needs this program, just go to mightyoaks.org, or just bring up Mighty Oaks, as Kenny said, and there'll be an application there for you to fill out, and then your issues will be addressed. And I hope if someone is watching, if there is a veteran or someone, then you're welcome to contact us as well at aclarionvoice.com, and we'll be glad to pass the information on to Kenny and the people there at Mighty Oaks. And we just hope that you'll have a wonderful day, and just think about the program and trying to help it. You can also donate if you desire. On There is the parent organization is servingusa.org, and if you go to that website, you'll notice a lot of programs that the parent organization's involved with, but you can also donate as well. So I encourage you to do that, and I hope you have a wonderful day. This is Mark Sobowitz along with Mike Donaldson on A Clarion Voice, live from the Hub Studios. Thank you very much.